We'll get them next time.
Yo guys, it's your boy, Must At Some Point Invest in a Trim Niran here, and you are watching FTW. This of course is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst that football has to offer online and on social media during the course of the week. And I've seen a lot of people questioning my footballing knowledge recently. Now listen, I watch football a lot, okay? So that's already the first criteria officially ticked off the list. Secondly, I was voted the most knowledgeable half Nigerian footballing YouTuber who does footballing YouTube. So I am qualified. I have an official degree. I'm the godfather of this. Yep, sorry, bad choice of words, Aaron. I know that's a touchy subject for you at the moment. Call him a Tory, cause he doesn't give a single shit about them kids.
Excuse me, did the honourable lady just call me scum?
I'm gonna be real with you lads, I don't even really fully understand the Aaron Wan-Bissaka situation. There's like 4 women, a further 11 baby mums, and like 6 kids. Who does he even eat with at Christmas? Well, no one now, I guess.
Scum.
Manchester United right back Aaron Wan-Bissaka's actual girlfriend has stumbled upon information that leads her to believe he has a sighting, and a second sighting that now is also pregnant and he's not gonna have the baby with her. It's like he saw Foden and Greenwood's Iceland antics and said,
If you man do it first, I'll do it.
On a level, what is going on in Manchester? The horny trinity. Aaron did at least offer some kind of insight as to why he decided to get involved in these shenanigans.
You know, I just wanted to smash it.
Part of me feels for this guy, you know. I wouldn't be able to focus on my dribbling training either if I was supposed to be dating the entirety of the sugar babes. Honestly, if he keeps up at his current rate, the kid's testimonial is gonna be something to behold. His main girl posted a conversation they'd had on Snapchat. That's where you went wrong. How are you in an actual relationship and still conversing on Snapchat? Secondly, he said stuff like he doesn't owe her anything, which is a bit peak, but the overall theme is he's not having a kid.
Until you deliver that baby. Look, that's not my son.
This man has absolutely no expertise in putting balls in the opposition's boxes. How have we even ended up in the situation where he's on the Jeremy Kyle show? The results are in. You have 12 children. Fuck's sake. We can cross over to Gareth Southgate now, who's providing his opinion on the topic. I mean, in my opinion, Connor Cody could quite easily do the job if there's a kid that needs looking after. His main sighting posted on Insta that, for anyone who was wondering, he's just as bad in bed as he is as a footballer. Ah, Jesus Christ, man.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Pure wickedness. This is ridiculous now. What is actually going on? To be fair, it's actually deserved for a man who strikes a football with this technique. There's silver linings at least for other members of the United squad. Marcus Rashford's gonna be delighted when he realises there's yet another kid on the way that needs a free meal. In fairness to Wan-Bissaka though, he put in a 10 out of 10 performance against Paris Saint-Germain. So if you need results, just impregnate your mistress. I cannot stress this enough actually. Please do not do that. A late Marcus Rashford winner though did ensure that Manchester United beat PSG 2-1 in the Champions League group stages this week. The kid is actually a superhero, scoring last-minute winners one night, then distributing lumpy custard to children in need the next day. Thinking about it, maybe they'd be better off without that sort of food. United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer confirmed that Scott McTominay played 25 minutes of the game basically blind because one of his contact lenses came out. More respect needed for my Pez cover star, but no respect needed for Neymar though. He's dropped yet another disaster class this season, distracted by further women on his Instagram story. You don't want to end up like Wan-Bissaka, okay? Just dedicate to your sister, Neymar. Kylian Mbappe's Farmer League tweet has definitely, it could have aged better, okay? Over at Chelsea, and there was news so wild that most people genuinely thought it was fake. They've registered member of staff and former Chelsea player Petr Cech in their Champions League squad in case of emergency. It doesn't really shock me after the Kepa Arrizabalaga performance against Southampton. Imagine spending £15 to watch a football osmosis through the goalkeeper's foot. It's got to a point where they would rather put a 57-year-old hockey player in between the sticks than Kepa. Speaking of goalkeepers, and Bayern Munich's Manuel Neuer is quite frankly taking the piss now. And over at Borussia Mönchengladbach, French forward Marcus Thuram needed a secondary check from security to actually get into this one. Have you got your credentials? Look at the Google search, yeah? And then look at me. I'm playing in this game. Allow me in. Yeah, no, mate, I'm gonna need to see the ID, I think. My name's Thuram, fam. Elsewhere in the Champions League, and Liverpool faced Ajax for the first time since 1966 and took a slim 1-0 victory. It was extremely deserved and not lucky whatsoever, fam. I don't know what you mean. I'm not gonna lie, Ajax are a very dangerous side. They deserve to draw, if not probably win the game. I think we were relatively subpar again. The victory, however, didn't come without the usual Adrian shenanigans.
Here's the mix-up between Joe Gomez and the goalkeeper. I think Joe Gomez wants the goal.
Plus, he was basically chipped inside of his own 6-yard box. Like, you're so close to your line. How do you even manage that? Thankfully, Fabinho came in as a lifesaver, although Adrian was trying to do his bit as well to get it clear. Though for all the slack I've given the Spaniard, the agenda is changing for this week. Bobby Firmino, step outside, fam. I've seen the light. In the words of Graham Souness, he simply has to be doing more. I'm not going to be like opposition fans who don't understand his role within the system. But even within his role within the system, the guy is not performing right now. Even the usual slick ball control, dribbling capabilities, quick 1-2s, I'm just not seeing that from him. I know he's not a natural clinical goal scorer, but if you're not going to do that, you've got to provide the creativity Harry Kane has so far this season. It doesn't matter whether you're a Carolero, box-to-box, ball-winning, bombastic, fantastic, false 8.5. With all the injuries as well, I'm starting to question whether he can do a job at centre-back. Because our old centre-back, Dejan Lovren, is doing this for Zenit. He's the best centre-back in the world, after all. We're probably still mourning over the loss of Virgil van Dijk. Jurgen Klopp said the players were struggling to sleep. The Liverpool Echo came out asking for messages of support for the Dutchman. I'm not being funny. The man hasn't died, okay? This is not the first ACL injury of all time. I'm sad. I'll probably throw myself off a cliff in the next month at the fact that he's not playing. But one day he will be back, okay? Over on Instagram, though, and Sean here wasn't having the same kind of sympathy. Get well soon, big fella, and don't you worry, Liverpool is a small city. I bump into you footballers all the time. That little dinosaur arm is gonna have to bump into me soon. Anyone who knows me knows a Sean promise is a real promise.
Ooh. You're hard.
In the Premier League now, and Tottenham Hotspur somehow managed to bottle a 3-0 lead at home against West Ham United to draw 3-3.
But Tottenham is the history of the Tottenham.
It was a return to the dugout for West Ham manager David Moyes after missing their last 2 victories due to Corona. He gets back into the dressing room at 3-0 down, boots up his laptop, opens Zoom, and then they draw the game from there. I'm telling you now. And as far as his managerial opposition, Jose Mourinho, is concerned, he'll be used to this sort of result all the time, given he's an avid football manager user. We bring on Bale, West Ham bring on Lanzini. Yep, listen, Ben Dolman, fam, I don't think that tweet has exactly gone to plan. Lanzini, of course, scoring a last-minute screamer to ensure the points were shared. I'd love to know what was in this folder before he came off the bench. Spurs left-back Sergio Reguilon, however, went into the game massively distracted when Football Twitter asked if his girlfriend was single, to which he replied, no. Rip to Eugene Spurs, but I'm built differently, innit? So I might have to just quickly 10 toes into the DMs real. Elsewhere, and given the club's recent downturn in fortunes, Valencia fans have hired a mariachi band to follow their unpopular directors around the city, frankly to annoy them into change, and I absolutely love it. It's a shithousery award to them. Over at Sky Sports now, and Sol Campbell took the dress code for smart casual, perhaps a little bit too casually. Areas of the north in the UK have agreed a deal to go into tier 3 in terms of corona guidelines. Why has this been phrased as if it's the latest deal on deadline day? Our show starts with an important message this week after concerns rise over a new virus by the name of COVID-19 sweeping the nation. Oh, they know about that already. Oh, okay. Sorry, last pleased to hear about. Now, Sergio Aguero has been the talk of the town this week as well, after a short video clip emerged of him sort of like brushing his arm down the back of a female linesman in a Premier League fixture. He's got a lot of flack for it because people are suggesting suggesting that it's quite manipulative and it's just non-consensual and things like that. To be honest, personally, I think it's creepy at the very least, really. A lot of people have said it wouldn't matter if he was a male linesman, but the reality is he wouldn't have probably done it if it was a male linesman. That's just my opinion. I don't think he meant it with malicious intent, if I'm going to be honest with you. But the brush down the back is just like a little bit odd. Do you get me? If he just patted her on the back, then calm. But it's the kind of half grabbing her, pulling her towards him, and then the brush. It's just a bit weird in terms of body language. So I'm glad it's been picked up on. Into the lower leagues now, and Sunderland have announced the new signing of Nathan Ake's cousin, Nathan. Okay. There's some high-budget emergency toilets going on at Hull City Stadium. Portsmouth have created a new form of defending all by themselves. What is going on here? And over at Wickham, a halfway line attempt from a Millwall forward crashed off the crossbar, leading to the goal frame needing to be repaired. I've had enough of football. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Over at Lazio in Serie A, and they did a full photo shoot for their entire senior squad this week. However, they appeared to have photoshopped Andreas Pereira onto it using his FIFA Ultimate Team card photo. We've got outstanding playing out from the back from Norwegian side Bodo Glimt now. Over in the Bundesliga, and Augsburg faced RB Leipzig over the weekend. Augsburg tweeting about their ground being a fortress. RB Leipzig then scored and tweeted in a reply saying, "Fortress breached," to which Augsburg replied saying, "At least our fortress isn't plastic." They managed to reverse inflicted housery on them back in the other direction. Quite incredible from the German side. Over in Hungary now, we've got a quite ridiculous goal against ZTE.
Eljött a Paksi együttes, kint a kapujából az Zalaegerszegiek kapusa Demir, és aztán megszerzi, de visszajut a Paksiakhoz, és szinte félpályáról 3 újabb gólt szerez.
Now, closer to home, and one big story in England is that Mesut Ozil, Arsenal's highest ever paid player, has been left out of their Premier League side. He hasn't been registered for the new season, and therefore he's not eligible to play in league games. He came out with a statement on Twitter, which is bear reading, so I'm gonna summarize it there for you now. I feel bad for the guy. There's clearly something going on behind the scenes. This is multiple managers now he hasn't been able to get on with. But regardless, I don't think he deserves to be treated as he has been so far when you look at what he's given to the club in his time there. Ghanaian second-tier side Accra Olympic were willing to take a chance on the German. Listen, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. But yeah, overall, I hope there's some sort of resolution here. And also, rest in peace, Gunnosaurus, because ain't nobody paying his wages now. Over in Brazil, and Flamengo have announced either a new away kit or alternate kit. Whatever it is, it just shouldn't be a kit. It looks like patio paving, fam. Meanwhile, in Colombian women's football, might want to send that one to VAR. Now that it's time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is the segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. And if you've been on Twitter this week, you probably know what's coming. At 1-1 Chino, I'll let you take it away.
Wait, no lookers.
Oh my god.
I can't work out what's better, the actual goal or this guy being so gassed at scoring that he then trips over the corner flag. But anyway, on to the weird stuff now. Down at English semi-professional level, and we had a game between Hungerford and Concord Rangers this week. It grabbed the attention because it went all the way to the 58th minute of injury time in the second half. This was because someone got injured during the course of the game and ended up being down for 58 minutes. I hope they're okay, because that seems very dramatic. I think it was more a situation of not having an ambulance on standby because it's a lower league of football rather than a ridiculously bad injury. But anyway, the guy is down for over an hour. It blows up on socials, and then the guy who tweeted it from Concord's account gets sacked, which I don't understand. So if there's anyone who needs a social media manager who's watching this, I'm gonna try and track down this guy and go offer him a job on like an actual one. I'm not a dickhead thing, but as in like, if you're a team down in that sort of level or in the National League or whatever and you need a social manager, then hit him up. Over in the Romanian second division, and they are taking Farmers League to a whole new level. We've got this extremely wholesome footage of Brazilian women's legend Marta being extremely confused at the prospect of an interview on Zoom.
So you're gonna ask?
No video.
Oh, they have people there.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I don't see you, but you see me.
And finally, former Porto striker and FIFA Ultimate Team menace Jackson Martinez has decided to take up a new career. The once Atletico 34-year-old striker has decided to ply his trade as a Christian rap artist. If his bars don't include the two Arsenal fans who are arguing whether he was 28 or 29 on Twitter in them, then I'm sorry, but I just don't want to hear the project. Now finally, a quick disclaimer as well. Last week I included a story about Robinho signing for Santos and framed it quite positively because he was on minimum wage. I didn't actually research the story enough, didn't realise the backstory, but yeah, I'll try and make sure I research stuff properly all the time next time. That though is gonna wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.